Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Infoverse today. I'm the Infomancer speaking, and I'm glad to have you here in the Infinite Realm. Uh, Today, I felt like doing a video where I'm going to share with you all a story. In fact, my favorite fable from my childhood. I don't know who wrote it or where it came from, but I do know that it was my favorite fable. And forget Little Red Riding Hood and whatever else you conjure up. This is without a doubt the best one. And it's simply called Favors. And of course, being an oral story, there will be slight discrepancies between this and the original version. If there's a written down version and it's not just my parents' creation, I don't know exactly how that went, but I will share with you the story as I remember it and know it. Alright, so the setting is a nice snowy forest in the middle of winter. You have a nice quiet fog setting in, some crickets are chirping, and the wind is blowing ever so slightly. There are clouds hovering in the sky, but no snow is currently falling. And that is our opening scene. So, Wolf found himself on the run. He was being hunted by many hunters. He did not know why they had chosen to hunt him. All he knew was that they had marked him as theirs, and that there was no escaping them. He ran as fast as he could, but no matter how hard he tried, he could not get away. But finally, as luck would have it, he came across a lone traveler who was in the woods that day. And he ran up to this lone traveler with the hunters just a short ways away, and he begged the man, "Please, sir, please hide me. The hunters are coming for me, and I know not why." The man said, "Of course I will help you." It did not even take him a moment's hesitation. He took off his backpack, and he opened it up, and he told the wolf, "Jump in here, and I will hide you from the hunters. I will send them on their way, and when they are gone, I will release you." The wolf, happy that somebody was willing to help him in this situation, immediately complied and jumped into the man's backpack. The man quickly closed the bag and put it back over his shoulders just as the hunters came into view. The hunters followed the tracks and came up to the man, asking him if he had seen the wolf. The man lied and did just as he had told the wolf he would do. He told them that no, he had not seen the wolf, but he thought he had heard a howl to the west. The hunters thanked the man and quickly ran off to the west. The man kept his backpack on his shoulders until the hunters had gone out of sight, and kept it on still even after that for a while longer. Finally, when he was sure that the hunters were long gone and the wolf would be safe, the man opened up the bag to release his new friend. But what came out of the bag was not his new friend. What came out of the bag was a wolf leaping, snarling, and with fangs bared. He took the man to the ground and laughed, saying he would soon kill him. The man, not understanding why the wolf would act like this, begged for his life. "Please, good wolf, I saved you from the hunters, did I not?" The wolf, he simply laughed at the man. "Ha ha ha! Don't you know, silly mortal? All favors are soon forgotten." The man could not accept this reality, and he told the wolf, "Let me prove you wrong. I will become your dinner willingly, if everybody that we ask agrees, but if anybody should disagree with you, and should say that favors are not soon forgotten, that debts are soon repaid, then you will allow me to leave and live." The wolf contemplated for a moment and finally agreed. "Very well. We will go and we will ask 3 others. If they all agree with me, which they will, you will be my dinner. But if by some miracle they do not agree with me, I will allow you to live, silly mortal." The man agreed to the terms, and the two began to walk through the woods. It was not long before the man and the wolf came across a horse with a slight limp. The horse was old and gray, and did not seem to be in the best of health or spirits. The man and wolf approached this horse and asked, "Good horse, may we have a moment of your time?" The horse was snappy, but he allowed the wolf and human to ask their question. The human asked, "Please, good horse, tell me, are all favors soon forgotten?" The horse thought for a moment, and then he said, Yes, human, all favors are soon forgotten. For many a year I plowed my owner's field, I gave him rides and I pulled his cart. But now that I am old and I limp, he has sent me out into the woods to die, alone and unloved. The man was crushed to hear these words from the horse, but the wolf simply smiled and insisted they continue on to find another to ask. Again, it was not long before they found the next person. The wolf and the man approached a dog that they found lying in the shade of a tree. The dog looked old and his teeth were all dull. The man and the wolf approached him and again were snapped at, but asked their question. The man asked, "Oh, dog, this wolf claims that all favors are soon forgotten. I helped him and now he wishes to eat me. Would you agree that all favors are soon forgotten?" The dog did not even need to think as the horse had. He simply said, "Yes, human, all favors are soon forgotten. For many a year I have defended my owner's home, and I have kept him company. I have protected his land and his family. And now that I am old, and my teeth are dull, and I have no bite, now that my bark is weak, he has sent me out into the woods to die, alone and unloved." The man was once again crushed to hear these words. The wolf once again simply laughed and insisted that they continue on their way. They traveled for a while this time, before coming across anybody else, but at last the man spotted a fox running along a ravine. The wolf and the man called out to the fox and bade him to stop so they may ask their question. When the fox stopped, he insisted the man and the human tell them their whole story if they were to ask him their question. And so the man explained everything that had happened from the moment he met the wolf to the moment they met the fox. And then he asked the fox, "So, my dear fox, I must ask you, as the third person, do you believe that all favors are soon forgotten?" But the fox did not reply to the man's question. Instead, he said, "I do not believe you. You are lying." The wolf and the man looked at the fox in shock and asked, "What do you mean we are lying?" And the fox said, "Such a big wolf could not fit into such a tiny bag. Your story's not true." The wolf was highly offended at being told he was lying, and he insisted the man open his bag. He said, "If you do not believe me then, fox, then I will show you. Open your bag, silly human." The human, not knowing what else to do, complied with the wolf's suggestion and opened the bag. The wolf immediately jumped in, and before he could come back out, the fox leaped over and he tied the bag shut. The wolf struggled to get out. He pushed with all his might against the opening, but the tether held fast. The fox looked at the human and said, "You need not thank me now. First throw the wolf over the ravine, and then you may repay me for this favor." The human looked at the fox and then the bag. He picked up the bag and he began to twirl it, and then he tossed it over the ravine. But as he tossed it over the ravine, he made sure that the bag would hit the fox, and so both the bag with the wolf and the fox went tumbling over the edge of the ravine. The man stood there waiting until he heard a crash, and once he heard the animal and bag land, he went up to the edge of the ravine and he called out, "Oh, Mr. Fox, don't you know that all favors are soon forgotten?" And that is how the story ends. Quite a different twist on it, isn't it? I mean, we have the main protagonist basically becomes the antagonist at the end of it. You get the lesson that you should everybody looks out for themselves, and that's a lesson that I feel no fable really has ever taught, but is a very important one that you need to keep in mind. Anyways, I just wanted to share this story with you from my childhood, my favorite fable, and I hope to see you here next time in the Infoverse. If you like this story, hit the like button, let me know and I'll share some more stories with you. And if you enjoy my content, please make sure you subscribe so that you never miss anything else that I upload. And you have a good one.